Hi, everybody. My name is Dev Stafford, and I am a marketing associate here at BestLogic Staffing. And today I am going to talk to you a little bit about talent branding solutions and how your representation of your business on social media can help enhance not only your sales, but also your recruitment and how you generate employees. So when you're online, it's a new medium. How you represent yourself on your business says a lot. It's equivalent to how you represent yourself in a physical office. Everyone wants to work in a nice office, just like how everyone looking for a job wants to work somewhere that they can see looks nice online. The internet is slowly but surely taking over the whole market. Over 30% of all business nowadays is conducted entirely online. So it is almost essential to have proper representation of yourself on a digital platform. The four big essential things that you got to have when you're a business online is, first of all, you want to have a website, because obviously if somebody's looking you up, you want them to be able to find you. Second is contact information. When they find you, they want to know how to get in contact with you. And then there is social media, which a lot of businesses nowadays are starting to gravitate towards having different social media platforms and interacting. It's a way that a lot of businesses can be represented to a younger demographic and reach a lot more people, because nowadays almost everybody is on social media. And in a study from the Open University, they actually found that around 79% of all job seekers use social media like LinkedIn to look for open jobs. So when you're on social media, you're hitting a much wider range of people than you would be if you were not normally represented on the internet. And then the other last big piece, which brings those previous three together, is your outreach. Outreach is about how you're getting people to not only look you up, but how you're getting them to want to know your business if they didn't before. It's one thing when your website, your contact information, your social media, it's all great, but if nobody knows to look for you, then that's a huge way of how you gotta reach out and find people. And one of the biggest things that is starting to overtake the market is the presence of video. On social media and with Facebook and Twitter, there's so many posts with words and just images that it starts to become more fuzzy, and everyone scrolls through dozens of posts every day. I know myself speaking, I have done that so many times where I just see an ad and I just keep going, where there's something about videos that really captures people's attention. When you're going to somebody's website and you see some maybe stock images of business being conducted, it doesn't really have a very invitational feel to it. Whereas when you have a video, it looks more professional. It looks like a company that's moving forward, which a lot of people want to work at. People want to go somewhere where they feel that their time isn't going to be wasted. Videos also have a much higher retention rate. People are more likely to pay attention and take away information in a video as opposed to when they are just looking at the information on their screen. And it also allows them to be a lot more engaged. People watch TV all the time. In their free time, they scroll through Facebook videos. TikTok is the biggest demographic right now. It's the most popular app in 2021. People will watch those videos for hours. I know I've been caught at myself in my time. It's people just want to have something where they can look at and listen to, and it's very easy for them to take away information and sometimes even be entertained to the point they don't even realize they're taking in information. It makes explaining things a lot more easily understandable. So I know myself personally speaking, like anytime I get something where I gotta like put it together or trying to fix something, I'm going straight to YouTube and I'm looking up a video of how to do it. There's instruction manuals come with any electronic device you go through, but I'm never the one to scroll through the pages, and I know most people aren't doing that either. People want to have a visual way of looking at something and how it's done, and they just pay more attention. So in a study that was conducted with Incivia, they found that given the same demographic of information, people took away 95% of all the information they were given in a video, as opposed to only a 10% retention rate in a written text. So people will just remember things a lot better when there's a visual accommodation. It's when you're trying to relay information to somebody, it's a lot easier to explain it over video, and people are more engaged with it. So like I said earlier, one of the biggest things about why videos matter is when you have a video on your website, it creates a stronger brand validity. There's so many scams on the internet that people are always hesitant to trust anything. And most scam websites don't go the extra mile to put a video on, so it makes people trust in it more. And it also allows your applicants to put a face to the name. The amount of times we have videos on our own website here at BestLogic, and the amount of times I've had interns come in and be like, oh, you're the guy from that video. And same thing with our manager. It allows them to feel like they kind of know you before they even come into the job, and it makes it a lot less intimidating to apply and, you know, go into your first day. It really eases a lot of the onboarding process. And it also allows them to understand what it might feel like to work there. They might get a sense of the kind of work environment that it is, and if they feel like they're the right fit. And also, just as a fun little add-on, when you have a video embedded in your website, it is 53 times more likely to appear in a Google search. Google loves pushing that algorithm, and if you put a video on your website, you're more likely to show up in a general search. So you're more likely to find more people, not only from the video, but you're also going to get a higher rate of people who are willing to trust your brand. And another important thing about the social media platform is that people want to see that you're active online. When you have just a couple random posts that look dated, and you have a website that might be a few years too old, people aren't going to trust it as much. Like I said, it's a lot of scams around the internet, and people are always very hesitant about trusting something. So when you have your social media platforms where you're constantly being engaging and putting new content out, videos especially, people are going to see that as a sign that the business is growing and that they have a promising future if they were to go there. In a study that was done with Glassdoor, it was said that 69% of all job seekers are more likely to apply to a position if they see that the brand is more engaged on social media than if they just didn't have the platforms at all. People really want to work somewhere where they trust the validity of the brand and where they feel more comfortable applying there. People are intimidated by the unknown. So when you represent yourself online, you're out there a lot more, and people will recognize and be aware of your brand a lot more in a way where they feel easily comfortable applying there. Some of the types of videos that you might want to aim for having on your homepage is just a general introduction. Don't go into too much depth and worry about your whole business model. You just want to have a loose video that kind of says, this is our brand, this is what we do, and this is what our goal is. And you also, depending on your business model, you might want to have a video that's instructing people on how to go about using your process, what you do, how they can use your service, what benefit it is to them. And then lastly, you also want to just have something about your culture. Show what it's like to work there. Show what your company is all about culturally. You really want to just show the mentality of the work environment that you have going on. It's really important to represent yourself properly on social media and online, because you want to create a strong brand for yourself. You want to be an invitational online presence, just like as you would with any office you're in. You want the door to be open. You want people to feel comfortable walking in. You want the same thing online. You want people to come to your website and think, wow, this is somewhere I want to come. And that's one of the most important things in any business. So thank you, everybody, for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Dev Stafford. You can reach me at dstafford@bestlogicstaffing.com if you have any questions.